ATK in this thing, TKG type of fucking.
ATK in this thing, TKG. What is good with y'all? Please listen. The rap world hit a fucking Uno reverse card on me. It hit me with the Uno reverse. Because all year, the world was silent about this fucking album. And then it wakes up. For some reason last week, and everybody goes on this huge tangent making a case for Whole Lotta Red being the album of the year. All day on Twitter today, I have seen nothing but Whole Lotta Red this and Whole Lotta Red that. I get added by a subscriber asking me how I feel about Rolling Stone saying that Whole Lotta Red was the best rap album of 2021. Sean C even says that Whole Lotta Red is his 6th favorite album, his 6th best album this year. And half of this video is going to be me telling you that you cannot say that opinions are wrong. You can only say that they're ignorant. But you can only say an opinion is ignorant if someone lacks that knowledge. And ladies and gentlemen, TKG, there's a lack of knowledge out here. On this same article where Rolling Stone is ranking rap albums, Whole Lotta Red is sitting firmly at number 1. Off season sitting at 20. Hell, Certified Lover Boy is at 10 if I'm not mistaken, or 6 or some shit. Makhami is number 2. Benny the Butcher is at 4 if I'm not mistaken. Call Me If You Get Lost is 3 if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere on that album we have Lil Sims just sitting there, just so lost in the shuffle. Yes, she was included, but yes, I do believe she was too low. And that's not me saying that they're wrong. That's just me simply saying I would have her much higher, and I very much did have her much higher. There is no such thing as a wrong opinion. Just like there's no such thing as a wrong fact. A fact, it is what it is. You cannot change it. You can be wrong about a fact, but the fact itself is not wrong. And Whole Lotta Red being the best album will always be an opinion. Whole Lotta Red being the best rap album, Whole Lotta Red being a good album is a strong subjective opinion. One that I do not share. Whole Lotta Red, to me, is still one of the worst rap albums made this year. Technically in 2020, but we're counting it as a 2021 album simply due to the fact that it was dropped on Christmas. And everyone was going crazy about it when it was Christmas, and they were saying, "Hey man, I don't care about Christmas. I don't even see my family. We talking about Whole Lotta Red here. We talking about the 1-year anniversary of the best album of 2021." This is such a big deal to me because I hadn't seen any true fanfare for this album all year. Yes, I've seen people going crazy about Cardi, but at the same time, I didn't really even see people talking about the album yet. For some reason, this entire week, I've been seeing it pop up more and more. It is because it is the anniversary of the album. It's precisely 3 days after Christmas. We are still talking about this album. It is not rare to where an album is talked about all year. It has happened before. Certified Lover Boy and Donna are pretty much those two albums to where all year they pretty much get sucked off by their respective fan bases and the people outside of it. And while I do believe that Donda and Whole Lotta Red are very good albums, I have them both in my top 10 respectfully. If I had to rank all of those albums that they have on that list, I couldn't even correctly do it. Because Whole Lotta Red wouldn't even be top 20. I'd have to lie and say that I don't know how to count to 20. Just so I don't have Whole Lotta Red at 20. That album's not even top 50. If there was 115 rap albums dropped, Whole Lotta Red is still not top 115. Am I exaggerating? Of course I am. It's who I am. I'm gonna exaggerate. Do I think the album is that bad? Let me be honest with you. You're 6 minutes, 10 seconds into this video, or a little longer because of the intro. I have been exaggerating my hate for that album. It is a bad album to me. I think it was rushed. I think it was shittily made, but I will say it is not as bad as I've been making it. My job is to entertain, so I'm gonna make jokes. If I'm being honest to you about that album, I believe that the album was rushed. I think it was rushed. I think the album was rushed. I do not like the production of it. I do very much understand the craze for it because you've waited 2 years for the album. But at the same time, I'm someone who is going to appreciate something and stand on that appreciation. And if I can learn to appreciate something later, I probably will do it. But 9 times out of 10, it's just not going to happen because the only thing I change my mind on is food and people. Music sometimes ain't the case, and if I do change my mind, it's in a negative pretense. Whole Lotta Red still is one of the most sloppily made albums to me. Do I deserve some sort of flack for exaggerating my hate on it? Yeah, sorta. Yes and no. I'm here to entertain. I'm here to make jokes. That's what I did. So if I was being honest about my rating for that album, I'm gonna give it a nice 5 out of 10. Wait a minute. I gave it a 5 out of 10 when I ranked it last time. 5 out of 10. It has not gone up and it has not gone down to me. The album is decent at best to me. At best. At worst, it is one of the worst albums. One of the worst. I do not believe that album can be the worst album of 2021. I do not think that is possible. And I do not think it is one of the best albums in the slightest. You notice that album was missing from my worst albums list. I put Mario Judah's version, even though it came out much later. Or much earlier. If I'm being honest about it, it's right there it's either right there near the bottom of all the other albums or somewhere close to the middle of the pack. But number 1, here is where the video really starts to pick up steam. Everybody. Number 1. Rolling Stone said that album was number 1. The best rap album in the game. Full of shit ain't the word to use. There ain't the words to use right now. Someone is drunk in that room. If they all sat there together and they all raged and they had a great time in the room while listening to that album at the same time, by all means, I understand it. If everyone liked it, there's going to be someone in the comment that says, why can't they just like the album? Not even saying they can't like the album. But in my personal opinion, as I sit here as a rap digester, as somebody who has sat here and listened to a lot of Cardi's music and knows what he's capable of, and you're telling me that basically is his best work ever put out, I'm gonna disagree with you every single time. Is Whole Lotta Red Cardi's best piece of work? Hell no. A resounding hell no. And that's not an exaggeration. It's his worst piece of work. Period. Can't fight me on that one. Yeah, it is not his best album. By a mile. Dial-It and the self-titled album are far better. Far, far better. As a matter of fact, it is like taking three girls, taking Saweetie and Coi Leray, and then have them walking around with Lil' Kim today. And then somebody trying to make a case that Lil' Kim is the prettiest out the group. Well, Coi Leray and Saweetie just sit there, and they're also trying to convince you that she's the prettiest. At that point, you start to tell yourself, I don't really care what you say. I'm seeing with my eyes what it really is.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
There's no way in hell that you say that album is his best piece of work. If you're a Cardi fan and you're saying that, me, somebody who I don't even conform as a Cardi, as a fan. I like Cardi. I do. I like Playboi Carti as an artist. I like him as a person too. He's a very exuberant human being. I think that album is at the bottom of the list. I'm not saying that album cannot be, he can make something worse, because if I'm hearing right, he can make something worse. Not gonna lie to you, Cardi has not been my favorite guy this year. Very much has not. He's obviously capable of making something better than his best, which I believe is his self-titled album. I think he's capable of doing such a thing. I think he can do that. But obviously he has to sell a gimmick. The King Vamp stuff. He has to sell that gimmick. And he's been selling it well to his audience because they've been eating up everything. I don't think Cardi lost a single fan. He's not going to. This generation is great at talking, not great at doing. They say they'll stop being a fan. They say they're sick and tired of waiting. They say this, they say that. He drops the album, they're right back to sucking his dick. Like nothing ever happened. It's like being in an abusive relationship. You get your ass beat by somebody. Girl gets her ass whooped by somebody, and then the motherfucker pulls his dick out, and you say, oh, well, I've always loved sucking that, so why not? Like, I've always enjoyed that.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
You just forget about all the shit that just happened to you. So you just settle. Like a dumbass. Let me tell you something. There is no artist on this planet that you should settle for. I said this year that JID was starting to really upset me. It could be a time where Denzel Curry upsets me. It could be a time where J. Cole upsets me. And I was really looking on this album, on the off-season album, for something to not vibe with. But by all means, I couldn't find it. Off-season was just one of my favorite albums this year. I'm a J. Cole fan. I understand. I'm a fan. I seen so many people slandering him yesterday because No Life Shaq had put up a post saying one gotta go, and the amount of people saying J. Cole and Eminem were just resounding. I just couldn't believe it. Even Amir said Kendrick Lamar. Did you see me in the comment section saying, "Oh, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you're not a real rap fan." Oh, no, because you don't do that. Because, like I said, opinions. You cannot say someone's opinion is wrong. You're not allowed to. You didn't make the damn opinion. Unless you're both making the same opinion you did, and you say, oh, well, I think I'm wrong. But you still can't say the other person's wrong. They thought of it. They said it. It is what it is. Unless they say they're wrong, then there you go. They would have changed their mind. But to sincerely sit here and say that Whole Lotta Red is the best rap album of 2021, I want you all to really sit here, look me in my eyes, and understand the next couple of words out the next set of words out my mouth, I mean. There's no exaggeration with this. Everyone saying that that's the best album this year probably have never listened to more than They'll probably only listen to a couple songs from Dilid, listen to the entire Whole Lotta Red album, and look for everyone's opinions on Twitter. I truly believe that opinion, when anybody that says it's the best album, that doesn't have a Playboy Cardi profile picture up, is just riding the wave so they don't get attacked. Saying Whole Lotta Red is a good album is probably one of the most popular things to do in this year. And if Playboy Cardi drops an album next year, I would really hope it's better than Whole Lotta Red, so Whole Lotta Red can just fade and just go away. Whole Lotta Red keeps getting compared to Yeezus, where Yeezus apparently started off bad, but it got way better. It kills me how not only just one person can think that it started off bad, but literally everyone who listened to the album. Why is that the stigma of the album? Tell me, does that not sound sus to you? Everybody said they had to warm up to the album. Everybody said it was bad at first, but they had to warm up to it. Not a single person I've ever talked to said that, oh, it was just good off the jump. Because I listened to it on Twitch, and I thought it was weird off the jump. And I still think it's weird literally a year later. Do I go back and listen to some of the songs just to warm up? I listen to the songs that I like. And then I remind myself, and I say, you know what? I'm doing a video on Playboy Cardi, and then I got to talk about the bad songs. Let me pull up Jump Out the House, the Teen X, and see if I still hate those songs. And I do. Do I like those other songs that I like any less? No. Still good. Over, Place, still good. You know what I'm saying? Still good. But this generation has a huge problem with over-exaggerating to the max. We go from one of the worst albums to this is the best album of 2021. How was that possible? How do you find flaws and then accept the flaws and then say, you know what? It doesn't even matter that it sounds like that. I've learned to accept that. It's the best. It's like a guy pulling some ugly girl to the side, seeing she's dog shit ugly, and you just going, well, I mean, if I look at you from a specific angle, like maybe you could be Kim Kardashian or something. Like, okay, there you go. Yeah, she's bad as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's the best looking woman on the planet. If you look at her from this angle, like, she's so fine. Even though she has a cardboard pizza box ass and some bird legs and a fucking Mark Henry arms and a fucking flat chest teenage boy titties. No. Look at her from this angle. Only this angle, and she's the baddest chick you've ever seen. That's exactly what that's like. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I'm not saying that anyone's opinion is wrong when they say that Whole Lotta Red is the best album of 2021, but I'm saying, if you were not firm on this stance when the album first came out, and you heard other albums and you said, nope, nothing's topping Whole Lotta Red, you are full of shit and you need to stop. You are damaging the credibility of so-called rap fans. There are Cardi fans that won't even tell me that Whole Lotta Red's their favorite album. There are Cardi fans I know that I look at their, you know what I'm saying, that I've seen their Spotify Wrapped, and Playboy Cardi is not in their top 5 artists. Whole Lotta Red is not one. No song from Whole Lotta Red is in their top 5 songs listened to. What does that mean? It's 5 songs. All the other songs could be at the bottom. And you don't know Cardi stans, boy. Shit. Play their favorite song on repeat all day. I don't want to make too long a rant about it. 20 minutes is my short video. So I genuinely need to know how y'all feel about that album. I genuinely want to know how y'all feel about it. I think Rolling Stone is lying. I think Rolling Stone is trolling, as a matter of fact. The fact that everyone pulled that album up and said, oh my god, look at this, they have it #1, means that even Cardi fans were shocked that someone thought that album was the best album, when they themselves have convinced themselves it's the best album of the year. The best what? I mean, yeah, of course, best album. I knew that. Did you? You know shit. The fact that somebody else thinks some higher up thinks that is really good now confirms your love for it. I told you. If I can end off with a very important message, it is this: like what you want to like. If you genuinely really love any album, any piece of music that everyone's scrutinizing and saying is bad, you're sadly going to be one of those people out the bunch that they just don't believe. Rolling Stone could be that group out the bunch that no one believes. Seriously. I've seen people in my live stream on Twitch say that it was a shit album and then go on Twitter and say that it was a masterclass. So trust me when I tell you that I've seen this case of hypocrisy. I've seen it with my own eyes. If you really like the album, I'm not trying to change your mind about liking the album. Love it. Really love it. Because the more people say that it's actually good, the more it's going to convince me that you actually believe it's actually good. But if you actually think it's bad, but you're saying it's good, stop lying. Just say it's bad. I've never lied about my love for an album. At least if I have, it must have been when I just started YouTube. Because I'm not going to lie to you here. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about that album. I think Pitchfork was capping. I think Sean C is probably capping. I don't know. But beyond any case, I'd love to know how y'all feel about the album. Like 100% genuinely how you feel about the album. Like I said, decent at best. Still one of the lower crop for me. But beyond any case, vibe, have a good time, and I will see y'all later, man. Peace out.
Get batshit dirty old twat. 69 assholes tied in a knot. Hooray!